Hi there, Crafty Peeps. Enis here from Papercrafting with Enis, and I'm on today with a Craft With Me video for BEEBEECRAFT, and I am going to be using some of the products that I received from them as part of my collaborator package, and that would include a few of the charms that I got in this pack. There are 40 bee themed items in here, and at the time I got this, it was $5.75 for all 40 charms. And I am also going to be using a piece of ribbon that I got from BEEBEECRAFT, and you get 7.7 yards for $5.17 when I got this. So besides that, I do have some beads that I either wire wrapped or came already wrapped, like this one here I got from Temu. I am also using a split jump ring. I've got a piece of chain here, and my chain is about 2.5 inches long. I've got a couple large focal beads here that I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. I also have my jump rings, some beading tools, and just one of my eye pins here because I've already wrapped the beads that needed to be wrapped. So we are going to be making a key fob today. But before I get into that, let me just remind everybody that as a collaborator, I do have a coupon code. So if you are interested in any of the products that I show on my channel, you can use my code ENIS10 for 10% off your order. And I will have that down in the description box below, as well as links to the products and BEEBEECRAFT's website. I would appreciate it if you're interested that you would use my links that are in my description box, because that lets BEEBEECRAFT know that people are watching my channel and it's worth their while to continue sending me products. So anyway, also if you are a crafty channel and you have 100 or more subscribers, you're eligible to apply to their YouTube program, and I will have a link down below for that as well. And you can catch some of my other videos for more details on that. But right now, let's get into this. So the items that we need for this project today is 8 to 10 inches of ribbon. And this is 1 inch wide ribbon, and I believe I have close to 10 inches here. You are going to need... Well, I needed this because the back of this ribbon is actually embroidery thread, and I don't want to mess that up and snag it. So I am using a piece of iron-on interfacing, and this is called Pellon 808, and it comes from Joann's. I am a longtime sewer, so I have plenty of this in my stash, and I just want to give you a close-up look here. You'll see that when I move it, you can see there's some shininess to this. That's the side that has the glue on it. The side that is flat and doesn't have any shininess, that is the side that's going to face up. So you've got the same length of ribbon as well as the interfacing. We've got a key fob clasp. We have jump rings, beads, charms, my chain. I've got some jewelry making tools here. I will be using my Cricut Mini Easy Press as well as my mat here, the Cricut mat that you can iron on. So with that, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to iron these two pieces together. So let me just move the beading portion aside and just get the ribbon. So I'm going to put my ribbon face down with the bad side showing up, and I'm going to look at my interfacing and make sure I have the shiny side down on the ribbon. So I'm just going to lay that on there. Oops, let me see. Okay, and grab up my Easy Press. And by the way, your interfacing should be slightly narrower than the ribbon, so that way it doesn't hang over the edges. So hopefully I can manage to do that without ruining anything. So hang on, let's get started with this. So you're just going to hold your iron or your mini press just for a few seconds till that starts to fuse, and work your way up. Okay. And so that basically is going to protect the back side of our ribbon. And of course, if you're using a more sturdier ribbon that doesn't have the fancy embroidery on it that this one does, then you can probably eliminate this step. But if you wanted to make sure that your key fob is nice and sturdy, a piece of interfacing is really going to help you out. So that should be it. That looks like it's on there good. I'm going to shut off my Easy Press. And I'm going to bring my beading things back in. So here we go. All right, so that is that. I'm going to set my ribbon aside here. And I'm just going to trim off these loose little ends. There we go. All right, so there it is. Much, much more sturdier. So for those of you who have never wrapped a bead before, I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial. I only have one bead left, so I do have a head pin here, or a ball pin they call it. And I don't know how long this is. This is about 2 inches, so I don't know what that is in millimeters, but you just want to make sure that when you put your pin inside your bead that the head does not go inside the bead. It's got to be nice and snug there. So I'm going to turn that around, and actually I'm going to zoom this in so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my straight-nosed pliers and just make a 90-degree angle there. You see that little angle I made right there? Okay, now I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I like to start my wrapping about halfway up the needle nose. So you're just going to turn that towards you, wrap it around, and now it kind of looks like a scarf on a snowman. Okay, so yeah, got that in there. And then at this point I usually switch hands because I'm right-handed. I want to use this one. I'm going to go back to my needle nose pliers, and I'm just going to take this and wrap it around. So I usually do 2 or 3 wraps. That's 1. That's 2. And here's number 3. Okay. Now a lot of people do use the wire looper, and I do have one, but I think that for me, I don't mind doing it this way, and I think it's a nice, secure, tight wrap there. Okay, so now we've got this piece of wire left over here. I'm going to take my wire nippers and get down as close as I can, and I like to put my finger on top of the wire so it doesn't fling away, and just squeeze until it comes off. See, right there. There it is. Now there's going to be a little tiny nub left over. I'm going to go back to my straight nose, and I'm just going to try to pinch that in until that little bitty piece is no longer sticking out and nobody scratches themselves. So there we have it. There is my bead. So all my beads are done. So now what I'm going to do is decide which one of these I want to be my focal piece. I really like this one, and I think it matches the beads very well. But it's not the best match for the ribbon. I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. This one matches the ribbon really good, but I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe too much. I'm not really sure. And then there's this little metal one, which I think looks okay there. And it looks okay here, but I'm not sure it's as big as I'd like it to be. So I don't know. Which one do you think I should use? I'm really leaning towards this one here. Well, I tell you what, I think I'm going to go with this one, although I really like that one. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Maybe I'll change it later, but for right now, I'm going to go with that one. So let me grab up a couple of jump rings, and I'm going to just spread those out there. And I'm going to take my straight nose pliers. We're going to add that charm at the bottom of the chain here. So I'm going to take my bent nose pliers and my straight nose pliers, and I'm just going to twist that jump ring open. Can you see that it's open there? So I'm going to loop in this and go to the bottom of my chain and loop that one on. And then I'm just going to close that up by twisting it back together again. Okay, you want to make sure that's nice and closed because otherwise it's going to fall off. So there is my focal charm on the bottom of my chain there. Now I am going to go ahead and add the chain to my split ring here, and it came with this very large jump ring, and it's really hard to open and close, so hopefully I won't have any trouble with that. So I'm going to hook it through the top of my chain and then through my split ring, and let's see if I can get this pulled back together. Like I said, it's really heavy duty. There we go. Yeah, this is a really heavy duty jump ring, and it's hard for me to get it twisted. And I'll tell you where I got this jump ring and the split ring from as soon as I get this tightened back up again. Okay, so there we go. So where I got that from is, you will probably recognize one of these beadable keychains. So what I did was I opened up the split ring, or the jump ring, and I took the split ring off, and I'll save this for another project. Okay, so there is the basic on there, and I am going to put my beads on here. So I'm just going to show you one or two, and then I'm going to cut off and do the rest up myself. So hold on just a second. I grab up one of my jump rings, and once again I'm using my 2 sets of pliers. I'm going to twist that open a tiny bit. Take one of my beads, hook it on there, and just find a little place that I want to put it. So there we go. I'm just going to hook that on there and close the jump ring up. And as I said before, you're going to want to make sure that it's good and closed, because otherwise your beads are going to fall off. So there is my first bead. I'll do one more, and then I'm going to go off camera and put the rest on. So here I am opening up the split ring, or the jump ring. Grab another bead, add it onto my jump ring, and let's see here. I think I'll add this one. It's on the same ring as the green one, but on the opposite side. Let me close that up. Okay, let me go off camera and finish adding these beads on here, and I will be right back. Okay, peeps, I'm back, and here is my beaded dangle. I think it looks kind of cute. Really pretty. So what I did was I used some of those previously wired wrap beads I got from Temu. I have my berry beads that I wire wrapped myself. I wrapped some little flowers here. I've got a number of charms. You've got one of these bees on here. I have, let's see, one of these little bees. I have a little flower charm. I've got one of the larger bees down here, and I think there's another one of the, I don't know, variety beads and charms stuck in there. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to turn this into our key fob. So I'm just going to fold it in half. I am going to take my 1-inch, what did I call this? A key fob clamp. I don't know what it's really called. And just put that on the ends. You want to make sure you push it all the way up. And I'm just gently squeezing this a little bit just to try to get it in place. Okay. Now I don't have the plastic covered pliers. Like they sell pliers like this that have a wide nose on them and they're covered in a plastic. I don't have that. So what I'm going to do is just take an extra piece of the Pellon 808 interfacing and just wrap that around there. And basically I'm just doing that so I don't scratch up my key fob clamp. So then you're just going to squeeze on that with your pliers. Get it clamped on there good and tight. Okay. Looks like I got a little bit more to go. So Just squeezing that on there. Okay. So there you go. Okay. Looks pretty good. And then I need to attach my fob onto my keychain. So I probably should have waited or put this on first, but I didn't. So what we're going to do is I'm going to slightly open this up just enough to slip this on. And hopefully, yeah, there it goes. It went right on. Good. So now I'm just going to close up this big jump ring here, making sure that it's nice and tight. And this is that big one that came with the split ring. So it's really, really strong. Way stronger than me. So there we go. All right, I think that's better. Okay, so there it is. There's my key fob. Isn't that pretty? So you will just use your split ring here to slide your keys on, and you can fit your wrist inside of here if you want to. Okay, and it's got this really pretty dangle hanging off. So there it is. There's my completed project. Yeah, once again, these are BEEBEECRAFT products for the most part. The ribbon and the charms are from BEEBEECRAFT. That would be these two. They did ship me these for free as part of their collaborator program, and I am really excited to have them. Now here is a special thing. For those of you who watched this all the way to the end, I am going to post a secret word somewhere on the screen, somewhere in this video. If you use that secret word in the comments below, I will do a drawing from the eligible entries. That would be 18 or older, US resident, must be a subscriber to my channel, and I will be giving this away. So yeah, I hope you like this tutorial and that you will come back and see me again. Don't forget about my coupon code Enis10 for 10% off all orders. I'll have the links to the program, the website, as well as the products I'm using here today in my description box below. And if you're interested, be sure to use my links. And I will catch you on the next crafty video. See you later, Crafty Peeps.